Welcome to Decades of Horror, the 1980s.
Let's go bag ourselves a Dingwhopper.
Aha! This is episode 308, reviewing Forbidden World from 1982, recorded April 1st, 2026.
Gruesome Magazine.
I'm your host, Doc Rod, and this podcast is about horror films released between 1980 and 1989. Each episode, my co-host and I will tackle another classic, or not so
classic.
film from this radical, gory, influential, gruesome decade. With me this week are my co-hosts, starting off with the one and only Crystal Cleveland. How you doing?
What's up? Good. I'm good. It's cold. For some reason, it's still kind of cold here, and it's April 1st, so I think it needs to be done.
Nature's playing a joke on you.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm like, isn't it supposed to be done now? Yeah.
And then Bill played a joke on all of us for this week. Anyway, Bill, you're up next, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine. As you can see, I'm in the upstate New York, Amityville Red Room here. My last spring break as a high school science teacher, picked up my daughter, and I'm hanging out at my mom's house. And we just did an Easter egg hunt with the little ones. Got a lot of little nieces and nephews up here. So I'm having a nice little family vacation.
That's nice.
Science!
Science. Raw science. There's this
Yep.
game I played every time you got
I don't
raw
know how the
science.
music goes. Science! Okay,
I'm
anyway,
sold.
we are here to review Forbidden World. We're going to start off kind of talking, we'll give our first impressions of the film. We'll dive into the cast of characters, then we'll talk about the promotion and the crew, being the cast and director and special effects guy and some other folks. And then we'll wrap all of that up and then do some feedback, at the end, which we want to encourage you to give us some feedback. We love feedback, and we hope you do that. And while we're at it, we also encourage you to like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
And share with a friend. And each click helps us find another horror fan just like you.
Yep.
People who may not know about as many of these movies as you do, having listened to our podcast for so long, you're kind of like, you're the know-it-all and everything. But, some of these folks, when they say, I love classic horror movies like Scream 7, and you just want to punch them in the throat. But don't do that, because this is a teachable moment. Take that little nestling under your wing and show them the true classics of 80s and 70s and even earlier horror.
Yeah. Do they want to include this film in that?
Well, you get a feeling for people, and if they're maybe of a more adventurous frame of mind, willing to open their minds, expand their horizons, think outside the box, overlook a few minor deficiencies or something. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Enjoy the trashy charm of Forbidden World. So let's take a look at that. Forbidden World, 1982, directed by Allan Holzman. I did not a T in that, but let's keep going. Writer Tim Kernan, from a story by R.J. Robertson and Jim Wynorski. I probably mispronounced that. I feel like I did.
That's okay. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We'll go. Cast includes Dan Oliver, Jesse Vint, June Chadwick, Linden Chiles, Scott Paulin, Don Dunlap, Fox Harris, that's what I was going to say, Michael Bowen, and Ray Oliver. Special effects are by John Carl Buechler and Mike Shostrom and more. Quite a list of people. Film production company was New World Pictures. That explains everything. Filming dates were October 7th, 1981 through October 27th, 1981.
A 20-day shooting schedule, a lifetime for Roger Corman.
Isn't it, though? Release date was May 7th, 1982 in the U.S. The budget was an estimated $1 million, and the box office was $4 million, which is, hey, success, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
In the distant future, the Federation marshal arrives at a research lab on a remote planet where genetic experiment has gone loose and begins feeding on the dwindling scientific group. and there's said beast.
Yep.
What a mouth! What a mouth!
Mm-hmm.
Craziness.
You know,
All right.
it's hard to say when is a movie profitable or not, but
I
the
was
general
gonna say,
rule of thumb is you have to make 2.5 times what it cost. So if it cost $1
so
million, you got to make 2.5 million. They made 4 million. That's $1.5 million profit. Now I don't know about you two big spenders, but if someone put $1.5 million in my bank account
I,
tomorrow, I would consider
I
that
was gonna I was
a
gonna
life.
say this. If where in what other freaking investment do you expect returns like you get from this? Like that's
Mhm.
crazy. You don't usually like,
Yeah.
it's all a crapshoot. But if you can like, yeah,
hmm
yeah, that's crazy. If you can get like, 3 times what you freaking started with, I think
And
that's a
that's
freaking
not even
win.
including, there was a time
Yeah.
when there was a Blockbuster on every street corner, and this was
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
So,
And
like
then
in any other realm or arena, that would be amazing,
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
yeah.
just saying.
But
I was
but
thinking the same
movies.
thing, Bill. Exactly the same thing. I was like, honestly, I think if you can make a movie and even like just double your money, that's a huge win. You got to
Yeah.
like be creative, get your product out there, and then you made money to boot. I think
Made
that's
money to make another.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they never made another one of these though, right?
Well, another film they
Well, they
did, not
remade
this
it.
one.
Yeah.
Did they
They
remake
did?
it? Why?
Hmm.
Well, let's
I
find
didn't
out
know.
what our first impressions were before you answer that.
Mhm.
Crystal, I'm going to let you start off. What was your first impression of this film? When did you see it first? And does it
Yeah,
hold up
I
today?
got you. Yeah, like, I did not see this as a child. This was my first time today. I watched it. And then when it got to the sexy part, I realized why I had never seen it as a child when I was younger, because that's where the line was, okay? Declubbing, okay. But the sex stuff was like, no, no, no. So I think I had never even heard of this movie though, and
Ah,
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Honestly, it's way higher quality than I thought it was going to be. When it started out, oh, also, and this is not a joke. I know that they have like a warning in the beginning of this film, but if you really do have an issue with flashing lights and stuff, don't watch this movie.
Oh my
Like
God.
this is one of the more intense flash. Like it even bothered me actually at a point. I was like, wow, yikes. So that is something that needs to be taken seriously. I know we see it in front of a lot of movies and videos and stuff, but I think it's more serious with this one.
Yeah.
But anyway, it starts out kind of Star Wars like. Um, and it's not it's better than it has any right to be completely honest with you, okay? The acting is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's not it's not like the 90s like Skinamax kind of stuff. It's not that. Doesn't go well, maybe it is. I
it's
don't
getting
know.
close to it. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it? Is it maybe? Yeah, maybe it is. Like, but it's like it's not much. It's like 2 instances, I think. But the effects are good. Like I was really impressed by the effects. I think even the ship and the set looks really good too. I gotta say, it kind of feels like, a set maybe that you would see on something more like Star Trek instead of a feature film, but it totally works here. And I didn't
Mhm.
have a single problem with it. Um, I do think that they missed a couple little opportunities. One with like the blood dripping, and then they have this cut. So they should have cut it to like the strawberry shortcake stuff dripping when they had the blood. It was like there
Mhm.
was a cut, but it wasn't. I was like, that would have been awesome. Like, and then they're eating it. Um, I I just really liked it. I think the effects were good. I think the cast was good. I think the sexy stuff was kind of silly. It was it almost cheapened the film, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Totally
It
exploited.
didn't need it. Yeah, it didn't need it. And I wonder if this film would have been more successful without it. Because thinking of the time and stuff, I think that I think that more people would have avoided this because of that or knowing that. When this, like, it could have been pretty universal. It's a little silly at the end and stuff, how things go down, but it's a freaking 80s horror movie. I mean, when you just look at 80s horror films, this is a pretty freaking good movie, in my opinion. Like, I think the effects are good. I think the acting is pretty good. I think the story, for the most part, until some parts, I think you need a steam bath. Jeez, what the? It was so funny. I actually really laughed out loud there. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm so super glad I saw this. I didn't know they remade it. Now I'm interested, but
I didn't know they
think
remade it either.
I don't think the remake would be better. They'd probably mess it up. But yeah.
I can't believe they remade it. All right,
Mhm.
Bill, you picked this. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Well, because I have fond memories. I saw this on Skinamax or HBO or
Oh,
something,
okay. So it is
along
that
with
kind of okay.
the two films that I constantly get mixed up are this one and Galaxy of Terror, which were made at about the same time and have the same sets because Roger Corman,
That's
you know,
smart.
people say Roger Corman was cheap. Well, maybe so, but I prefer the word, and I'm sure he did too, frugal. If you've got a young
That's smart.
James Cameron
Mhm.
working for peanuts, building your sets out of McDonald's takeout boxes, why would you just tear those sets down just because the movie you made is over? Make another movie. You got the sets,
Mhm.
right? I mean, how many if someone said, "Hey, I'm going to leave you in my will an abandoned insane asylum," I would spend the rest of whatever time I have on earth writing and filming movies taking place in an insane asylum because a great set is something you nurture and keep and you don't waste. So, yeah, I just like that energy and watching these. Now they're rip-offs of Alien. Alien made a lot of money, and Roger Corman said, "I too like money,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I'll make my version of Alien." And because I don't have anything more than $1 million, which sounds a lot to us peons, but is not much when it comes to making movies. I can't do all the things that Ridley Scott did, but you know what I can do that Ridley Scott didn't do? Get Sigourney Weaver to be naked. Well, I don't have Sigourney Weaver either, but the people I have, you know, just spring. Apparently, that scene, the scene that we all know about, the completely gratuitous shower scene where these two characters are doing
Oh, yeah, I
expository
forgot about
dialogue,
that.
and
Yeah.
he just showed up one day and is like looking at the rushes. You know what we need? We need more nudity. So let's do this scene in a shower. And like, why would they be talking about this in the shower? And it's like, never you mind. So yes, it's completely gratuitous. Um, but the nudity's fine. I'm sorry one of the actresses was not happy about having that sprung on her at the last minute, but that's Hollywood for you, especially low budget Hollywood. The monster, I think, is one of the weaker parts. It's not a bad design. It's just that it's not a design that lent itself well to things like movement. So we have to do a lot of creative editing
Mhm.
and close-ups. We don't really get the satisfaction of seeing the monster in all its glory doing stuff. But it's a cool design. It just didn't it was kind of like Bruce the shark. But I do the one thing that always will stick in my mind for this movie is the ending. I think it's one of the most creative ways to kill a
It's
monster
wild.
that anyone has ever come up with, and I really like it. It's one thing, it's like, yeah, given the hokey science premise that we've been given about this creature, worth a shot. And the acting is okay. Jesse Vint is a charismatic, likable guy. He doesn't have exactly leading man great looks, but he's not bad looking, and a welcome presence. Seems like just someone who enjoyed making movies. Everyone else is either good looking or scream well, and so yeah, this is a really fun low budget sci-fi horror, very much in the Alien mode. It's not a
Mhm.
pat on the rear end of Alien or Aliens or even Alien 3, but I like it. I enjoyed watching it again, even though I think I might have been thinking about Galaxy of Terror when I picked it. So, well, something to save.
I know, I know. When we were talking about 2 weeks ago,
Mm.
I was thinking about Galaxy
I kept
Terror.
thinking, when's Erin Moran gonna
Yeah,
die? And like,
yep,
wait, when is she even gonna show up? And then I realized, well, I don't think this is the
yeah.
right movie.
Because I kept mentioning, there was all these actors in it. Nope, nope,
Yeah.
that's the other one. That's the
Mm-mm.
other one. Yeah, I saw this back when it was on, whatever movie channel it was on, and I was probably 18, so I liked this movie then. It kind of
Well, sure.
hit the right spots. I was like, ooh.
Oh.
Kids. But yeah, the best way for me to describe this movie is trash. This movie is trash. Now, how I mean that is slightly different than you might be thinking, because it is glorious trash. But this movie, the script and the dialogue, it's trash. But it's entertaining. It moves along. I really do get annoyed at the flashing scenes that they flash for no damn good reason, because
and the
we're going to see all
too.
this. What the heck?
Crazy editing.
And yeah, and I hate watching that part because they do it at least twice. It's like so annoying. And they do the opening scenes, they reuse a lot of shots from was it Battle Beyond the Stars? Yeah. And so yeah, that's the best way to make your movie, is use other footage, and that's what they did. And it works. They totally spliced it all together to then they had their talking robot, and they had the big creature and crazy ass scientist and buxom beauties, and yeah, it just went really well. And it's gory. It has no problem showing goo all over the place, and by goo I mean flesh melting. And it's just I hadn't seen it since, I guess, the 80s. Maybe I saw it again in the late 80s or 90s, but I haven't seen it in decades. And I was actually surprised. It didn't age terribly bad.
No.
It kind of feels like some of the Tubi originals that we get. I mean, if somebody would tell me it was a new movie, I mean, I'd already seen it, but I hadn't seen it.
It's not. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen worse now. So I'm kind of surprised by that. I wasn't sure what I would think of it as the movie started, and I remember which movie this was. And but yeah, I think it held its own. But yeah, this movie, it's trash. It's trash. I can't say anything else. That's just the way I want to describe this movie. But it's not
bad. It's
not a negative trash.
It's low brow.
Yes. But it's sophomoric in a big way, right?
Yeah. But honestly, I feel like saying that is a disservice to the film, because I like that it's lowbrow or I agree with you. Okay, first, but I'm hesitant about saying that because I think it's better than that. I think it deserves better than that. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if it earns better. I mean, it's arguable. It's arguable. You could.
Sure. Just because something's in bad taste doesn't mean it's not entertaining.
Oh, well, well, there's always so bad it's good. It's definitely that. I mean, 100% without a doubt, it's that. But then there's like trashy, and then there's campy. It's not campy. It's very interesting, actually. As I'm like really thinking about this, I'm like, no, it's not campy. It definitely is not campy. It's not a character. It doesn't make fun of itself. It really is taking itself seriously. And it's actually doing a pretty decent job too. Like,
nothing's played for laughs. Right?
Yeah. Well, except for the whole "you want a steam bath." I mean, that's a
different kind of laugh.
It's like, hey, I mean, that was so insane. That was so
and it's the hero of the movie, and he looks so creepy in that scene.
The
way he's looking at her,
and dude, he's so like.
I thought the guy that was watching him on TV was bad. On the screens was bad, and then
you're stuck on a space station with a bunch of people. You get really
there's a new guy.
Anyone who shows up, it's like, yeah, I do. It's just.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then it's like, so he's with this one girl, okay? And then he just goes and is immediately about to be with the other girl. And it's like, and then they get busted. And the first girl's like, jealous, I guess. I don't even
Yeah, she goes, I guess you're
understand.
explaining
I'm
your
like,
scars, aren't you?
I'm like, you've known him for like 5 seconds. Okay.
Really,
So
yeah.
this is so weird. Okay. The whole thing is so weird.
If it had gone
And
on a
then
little
you've
bit
got-
longer, there would have been a scene with Jesse, Vint, and the monster sitting in bed smoking a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, or him and the scientist.
Sure.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh man. All right. So let's go ahead.
I will say though, too, some of the shots on this are really nice. Like there's a shot of one of the doctors or something, and it's like you kind of see it through a thing, and then there's like multiples of them. There's cool shots. Y'all, they spent some time on this movie.
Yep.
I mean, 20 days. That's
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I
it's
agree.
really good for 20 days. I'm sorry. It's really good for 20 days.
And the robot, even though it's a man in a suit, obviously it works 100%. I was like, hey, that's fine. That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't care. I thought it was like a stormtrooper outfit that they had spray painted.
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
Because that's what it kind of looked like. And I was like, I thought it was supposed to be a person in armor, but yeah, it's a robot. And then I was like, oh, because the voice was awful. It did not, it didn't make sense. At first I thought it was a girl. And then I think it was a little kid, but it was not robotic at all. So that did not translate properly.
Didn't really serve much purpose other than Star Wars had robots, so will you.
Yeah.
Well, it did serve the purpose of letting you know that the doctor dude had cancer, which could have been done in a million ways. And he's sitting there coughing the whole time. It's kind of obvious. But I will tell you this too. If we reach this point in space, are people seriously going to be smoking? I mean, still, come on, people. Come on.
You know, smoking in a space station is one of the worst ideas you could possibly have.
Oxygen's going to blow up right now.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the robot, let's get into our cast of characters because we're going to start with the robot. This is Don Oliveira, Sam 104, who is the pilot of the ship.
Person in a freaking spacesuit. It looks like a stormtrooper.
He does. He's a little more menacing than you would think, given his basic, role. But he's not very memorable. They don't do a lot with him. And
it says, and comic relief.
He tried. There's a couple lines he tried.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because he's the sidekick for.
Well, now here's one of the things one of the behind the scenes things is that apparently this movie was much funnier than what we see because Roger Corman was not happy when he went to early screenings and the audience was laughing at a lot of parts of it. And I mean, this is just a story, but I have heard this story about Roger Corman with other projects that like Paul Bartel had to fight tooth and nail to keep the comedy in Death Race 2000. Which was also a whole lot funnier before Roger started insisting on taking things out. Corman did comedy, did a lot of comedy stuff and did a lot of campy stuff. But if he decided that this was going to be a serious thing, he did not like to see comedy in there.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it is sort of interesting. But so I imagine that probably Sam had a lot more zingers than we got to see.
Zing, bing, bot, zing. Yeah, it does feel a little bit silly, but I didn't hate him. I thought he was a fun character.
Oh, we've had way more annoying. He's less annoying than the robots in the black hole.
Yeah, I was thinking of that because it kind of sounds like the voice. I mean, it's not, Vincent, but it's pretty close to those whiny little voices that they were using.
Honestly, if I had to be stuck on a spaceship with a robot, I'd rather have this slightly menacing looking one than some goofball thing with sad puppy eyes and a drawn on smile. Who still has laser beams that can slice me in half. That would just make it more horrible.
You're afraid of a little robot with bald feet. All right. Well, moving on to Jesse then. What I think I've left
Vint?
out.
Looks
I
like
left out a. I left out a. No, it is. That's right, Jesse Vint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vint.
I was thinking that it had more to it. As Mike Colby, Space Marshal Mike Colby.
He's a likable guy, been around the block, seen a lot of stuff, troubleshooter, and inexplicably popular with the ladies.
And
only because he's new. It's got to be okay. But they really tried to play it off. They really tried to make him like a Dennis Quaid type, with the smile and stuff. And I'm like, fine, whatever. He's not Dennis Quaid. Like,
no.
But fine, he is totally supposed to be like the swashbuckler type, swashbuckler in space, obviously, of course. And he doesn't know anything about science. I don't know the difference between a gene and a jelly bean. Remember whatever his line was, which that actually was the line. I like to pretend I don't remember things, but I remember everything, unfortunately. But like, I think he worked. I think it worked. I do.
Yeah.
He worked.
What
It
he
was fine.
has? You know what he has? And I've heard this from a number Crystal, back me up here. I've heard this from a number of women when I'm like, sit them down and like, why were you going out with this guy? Unsaid is this idiot. And the one word that I often hear when they're describing mistakes is he's confident. He has confidence.
Sure. Yeah,
and
that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Is very attractive. And this guy does come barreling into the spaceship, literally clearly did not pass even 7th grade in terms, he only passed physical science because he had me as a teacher. And yet he has absolutely no fear that he's going to be able to solve this problem, as he has so many in the past, probably by just shooting things. But sometimes there are things that need to be shot. So he's got that easy confidence. He's got a good smile. I think they chose him well. I could, with a little bit more over the top arrogance, he could be Ash. He's just he may get other people killed, but he's going to come out of this alive. No question about it. Yes. That's a good space hero for these kinds of movies.
I just wish he was a little less creepy.
Well,
To me, I thought he was so creepy.
The line between confident and creepy is a thin one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that it wouldn't have been as see, the problem is it wouldn't have been as creepy if he wasn't sleeping with the girls. Okay. Right. That's really the reality. Okay. Like, sure. Yeah. Like, he just
the oogling in the one scene that you were laughing at, where you need a.
This is nice. This is my team.
He just had these oogle eyes, and it was, oh my gosh, just like, dude, you're so slimy. Stop.
It also ramps up the creep factor when she's obviously under 18.
Was she?
I don't think so. But she does.
She was
young.
The actress was 17.
Yeah, she was 17.
She was 17, actually.
Yeah, and she'd been doing nudes.
Show her.
She'd been doing nude scenes since she was 15. The 80s were a different time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Oh,
wow, that's weird. I thought she just looked young. I did not think she was underage at all.
Yeah.
Are you?
Did they get in trouble for that?
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I mean, as long as her mom signed the papers, I guess it was okay.
Yeah, because she was born in 1964. So, yeah, she wasn't.
Well,
she was 8. She would have been 17 when she filmed it in 18. Well, she might have been.
I think she was 18 when it got released. So.
She might have.
Yeah, it was October of 1964, and she filmed it in 1981. And
I mean, good God, they had Brooke Shields naked, and she was what, 12? They got away with things back then.
She looked older.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she was that young. Older. That's sad.
But we'll get to her in a second. But we're going to stop off at
Dr. Glazer.
June Chadwick. Dr. Glazer. With her
Glazer.
Somewhat Farrah Fawcett hairdo going on. Not quite poofed back.
I don't know what that hair is. Yeah. It's not cute. It looks bad. No, it looks like it's in bad condition. Whoever this woman is, she shouldn't have been. she needed to stop dyeing her hair. It didn't work
Yeah.
for her. It like looked really dead.
Frizzy and brittle.
Mm-hmm.
Low gravity, it messes with your curls.
All the humidity. The humidity. It was right. That's the
Yeah,
humidity.
deaf. Mm-hmm.
But she was, she doesn't look much like most of the scientists I've worked with in my long career. But I liked her. She was no nonsense.
Yep.
Obvious what she wanted.
Yes.
And
Yep.
but I knew, you're looking at this and you start thinking, you've watched a lot of movies, Bill. You've written a few scripts here and there. Are they really going to let two beautiful women survive to the end? No.
Oh,
no,
yeah, I
they're
know.
not.
And I knew which one was going to make
And you
it.
knew
Oh,
exactly.
did you?
what
I
was going
was.
Yeah.
I was kind of. Well, I knew because I saw the movie.
when they
but
when he first met the younger girl, it was obvious the way the connection
Mhm.
between the two. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she was. I mean, she was intelligent. She wanted to communicate with the creature and try to. What was she trying to do? Can we
It
coexist?
never works out.
It surely did not, did they?
It was kind of
Every
weird.
every science fiction movie that has that one person, it's like, maybe if we can communicate with it, we can
Oh, I
reason
know.
with it, we can make it understand. It's
Mhm.
like, you're going to find out, you're going to translate its words, and it's going to be variations of, I am going to eat you. So, just so you
Mhm.
know,
But yeah,
got to try.
did a what was it? The cannibal Holocaust move on her.
Yep.
Yeah, when you saw the little tentacle going down, it was like, no, I know what that is.
I was like,
What's going on
what
here?
the heck?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But
Well,
if you saw Galaxy of Terror, she got off easy.
Yes. And the effect was good. The thing coming out of her back. I mean, it was easy.
It was
You could see-
ridiculous. Like
could-
it was almost
see all of them.
Grindhouse. The
Yeah.
amount of blood, though, like that
Yeah.
was like they clearly hooked up a tube behind her and just blew blood. I love that though. I don't have a problem with that.
Nope.
That's good for me.
Oh man! And then we have the
This guy looks familiar,
he does indeed.
but we'll talk about that in a bit. But
Yeah.
Dr.
I mean, he's
Hair Helmet here.
typical. Yeah, typical smarmy.
Yeah,
dude.
political dude,
Yeah.
corporate.
Mhm.
He's still a scientist though, Bill.
Oh yeah, he's still a scientist with my square jaw and perfect hair.
Yeah.
I am doomed.
Bad decisions.
Yep.
Because when they told the backstory of the one girl that we never get to meet, it's kind of like. But,
And he meant well. They're trying to solve a food crisis. So, there's worse ideas than trying to come up with living protoplasm that we could make into McNuggets, because I don't know if that's all that far off from what we actually do to make McNuggets.
Oh, stop.
And things can go wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, from an analytical, totally inhuman mind, what he was doing and the sacrifices of the people on there, made sense, right? Because
Mhm.
Sure.
sacrifice the few for the many, right?
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
He had a whole carton of them. So, but he got it. He broke his own
Yep.
as well,
Mhm.
which was fun
That
because
was
I
a
like the
bitch.
makeup on it too, right?
Yeah.
And then we did have another scientist, male scientist, because we also had the female scientist, but the male scientist
Ah,
is your stereotypical crazy ass 80s.
Mm.
I just want to say, put a younger face and no glasses on this guy, and you have me when I was in grad school.
Oh my gosh!
Funny.
That's it. Yes. I don't
Same
have
coat,
time
same
for
coat with all the blood.
or even combing. Yeah.
It's so greasy too.
Yeah, that's really the issue with that. It's like, whoa, dude, whoa.
And yet, I gotta
Mhm.
say, here's a guy who's willing to make a sacrifice. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, he was gonna die anyway, though, like he mentioned, which is fair. Like, I don't know if I would have I wouldn't have the balls to do that, but good for him.
No.
You know, you hear about this sometimes where like people who go down to the Antarctica and they're there during the wintertime and there is no way you're allowed to leave because it's just not possible. And that's when suddenly your appendix says, hey, you know, and then they've got to do almost like a self-operation and stuff. It's like, you're a better person than I am. No way.
I would pass out immediately.
Yeah, I would just be dropping instruments into the body cavity, my body cavity.
But I mean, did he play Captain Exposition more than anything else?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he had to explain the silly science of everything.
Yeah.
What was it about the cell of an eye is so different from the cell of a toe, and then it would melt down to where they were the same.
I mean, you know, it makes some kind of scientific sense. I mean, one of the big mysteries of biology is differentiation, that we start out as a single cell that becomes many cells. And at some point, these cells are programmed to, okay, we're going to become the eye and we're going to become the liver and we're going to become the skin. Every cell has the DNA to be anything, but only certain parts get turned on. And it's, you know, an amazingly efficient thing. And yeah, if you could mess around with that, then literally you could regrow limbs or regenerate damaged organs, or grow food. Why not? Sure. You know, like make everything make algae taste like lamb chops.
I saw a scientific video article, and they were doing exactly that. They're learning how to program the DNA, because they says, you know, the memory isn't all in the brain. Your cells have the memory, and they know exactly how, you know, where the finger is and how long the finger should be and what it should look like. And if
because we're in a simulation and it's a program, and all they have to do is program.
I heard a lot of that too, but this is but they and they were doing it in worms and frogs. So
yeah,
it was kind of interesting where they said, yeah, it won't be
really,
wrong.
but it's really not that. I mean, our DNA is a total freaking code.
This guy would have enjoyed talking to us.
Weird when you think about it.
I feel like this character, you know, everyone else on the thing was just waiting for someone to come on board so they could have sex with him, but he just wanted someone to talk to, because the ladies wouldn't give him the time of day, because look at him. And the guy, he's probably too smart to talk to the other guys, and it's just like, yeah, of course you can't wait for Jesse Vint to get on there. It's like, yeah, this guy seems kind of dumb, but he's
the robot. He liked
that. Talk to the robot. Oh yeah.
You like Sam. Talk to Sam a lot.
Well, the actor certainly did get the crazy look down.
Oh, yes. It's perfect though, right? I mean, it's part of the charm of this movie.
You know who this guy would have a great time talking to? Dr. Frankenstein from Day of the Dead.
He might.
Oh, I felt like he was like like Doc from Back to the Future. Like I felt like
all these guys, they should just like they would be sitting at a table in the lunchroom all by themselves. Obviously, no one else is going to be there, and they would just be having a great time coming up with all kinds of things that are going to destroy them.
There's a shirt for you. Just having all these crazy movie scientists at a table.
Oh wow, yeah.
Playing cards like the dogs. Right? All right. Well, here's the charming young lady, Tracy Baxter, that we were talking about.
Like this now. This makes me.
I know now it feels weird, but I think she was. I think she might have just turned 18.
Yeah, keep telling yourself.
You can hope.
I'm going to say that's what happened. Okay. Let's say she just turned 18.
It's just very weird. It's just very weird. I don't know if that would even be legal to show it like now. Would it? I don't know. There's that Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I mean. I think so from a social standpoint, it would probably get you some unflattering comparisons to pedophiles who live on islands and stuff. But I don't think legally there is any problem with it, as long as all the appropriate guardians and everything sign off on it.
No, that's not technically true, because then there'd be a lot more of that.
Well,
there's got to be something else.
Changed since 1982.
That's true.
That's true.
Maybe but again, watch Pretty Baby. I mean, it was controversial.
17 might be the age of consent, actually.
And how old was Nastasia Kinski when she was doing some pretty
16 when she did the
explicit stuff?
The was it To the Devil a Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, y'all.
Uh,
Well, it could have been 16. Like age of consent could be 16. I don't know. We should stop talking about this. It's going to ruin the algorithm.
Yeah,
I
really.
know it's gonna be
Black.
but yeah, but I thought she did a great job. I mean,
Yeah,
it
no,
was,
she was great.
She was
really was,
likable
like,
and
Yeah.
definitely vulnerable. You know, besides knowing that she was the one who was going to survive, you knew she was going to be the one in peril because she's so
She-
young looking that you're afraid for her.
yeah, she ran around screaming a lot
Mhm.
for
yeah.
Good reason.
questionable attire when she was doing so. Are you girls really going to walk around barefoot with just your...
Oh, that was insane. Okay. It's like no one treated this like it was serious at all. I'm like, why are there's all this biological material it's that was
Yeah.
my least favorite part, how dumb that was. I hated
Come on,
that.
put on your high heels and go running through this.
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
would've
yeah,
been-
that too. But they were so futuristic looking with the clear stuff. I guarantee you. They're like totally looks like the future. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she did. You were talking about, the crazy scientist, but she did look up to him.
Yeah,
She
that's
was
true.
like really worried about him at the end.
Yeah, and I think they could have done more with him being kind of a father figure or something. And who knows? Again, this movie was pretty heavily edited and messed around with. Apparently, the original plan, what I've heard is the writer went to him and said, "I've got a plan. It's like Lawrence of Arabia in space." And Roger Corman's was like, "Hey, that sounds really good, and also way more expensive than $1 million. So you need to go rewrite this pronto." And he came back with, "How about a monster on a space station? Like winner, winner, chicken dinner. That we can do for $1 million."
He knew his shit, so that was all right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
You
right.
go to Roger Corman and you say, I had an idea for a science fiction movie. It's a different movie in space. That movie had better not be Lawrence of Arabia. Maybe My Dinner with Andre, but not Lawrence of Arabia.
Unless
Unless.
here's our head of security, voyeuristic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Me, dude.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, red shirt, not even though he's wearing blue.
He's so creepy. Jesse Vint said you're creepy. Look at this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, responsible for the safety of the laboratory staff. You did a crackerjack job, sir. Girl.
Oh my god. Yeah, but he didn't get much. I mean, these unfortunately, the next few people we're talking about were just there to get killed by the monster.
Yes.
Yeah. Thin characters doing not much just to get eaten.
Yep.
And that included, unfortunately, this guy too, who was a lot
He's
more.
the only smart person on
Yeah.
the freaking thing. Okay. He was like,
Well,
you can't have strawberry shortcake without whipped cream. Duh, dude, you're so right. Like, they're so ridiculous. Like,
Those-
he's 1000% right. Okay. And he's like, the rest of the people are so stupid.
Yeah. Except for when it came to crawling around behind the monster. He wasn't very smart there.
well,
He might have made it
you for that.
if he listened to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and yeah, unfortunately, his death was so.
I like whatever this instrument is supposed to be.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. It didn't go exactly with the music that was playing. I was confused, but it was fine.
It didn't matter.
I don't care.
They played rock
Except a
music.
lot of things. Yeah.
I did like when they went out to. It was the only time they were actually on a Forbidden
Outside.
World for like the 15 minutes over there, and he was kind of in charge then, and it had some really interesting things with that crazy thing up on the hill that they shot down because it had ribs. I don't know if you saw it when it fell. It had ribs, and then the creature itself, which we'll get a look at here, and some slides. But yeah, I mean, he was of the three. He was the best, and I almost feel like he should have made it. He should have made it.
I was, yeah. It would have subverted expectations at least.
Right,
He's
right.
quiet and unassuming, and yeah.
And then here's our last guy.
This guy is so stupid. So he's the exact opposite of the other guy. Like he opens the.
Yep.
I can't with him.
He
Like
opens the container.
I cannot with him. Okay.
I just want to say, this is the guy you see at Golden Corral who sticks his head under the sneeze guard by the salad station.
Yeah.
That's what that's this guy.
I've seen people do that.
For real.
Yes.
That is exactly it. It's disgusting.
You just want to smack him. And then he's surprised when a big blob of protoplasm sticks to his stupid face.
Yep.
And then he melts on a table for the rest of the movie. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, and I did like though when he got it on him, and he's like,
yeah.
You could tell at one point the editing is pretty good, but you could tell that someone was directing him because he's like he kind of stops for a second, and then you could tell they're like, no, go bigger or something.
Oh no, it's the consequences of my bad decisions. Yeah.
And then our last character, of course, is
Hiya. How you doing?
Yep. Designated subject 20.
Big smile.
So I think it looks cool. I don't mind. I mean, it doesn't move much. It's not like a big deal or a big reveal. I think the main good effects come from like, you know, the melting skin, all the deaths, and then and then it in its like cocoon thing is pretty cool. It looks kind of spooky. Yeah, I mean, there's actually quite a bit of effects here. Like honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if they didn't go back in that room, he wouldn't have got him for a long time. He kind of nested in the room.
If they'd had more money and more time, they could have done a lot. I mean, the fact that this is an evolving metamorphic creature, we could have seen a lot more metamorphosis and form changing and all kinds of cool stuff. But apparently when the movie was more or less done, the director realized he didn't really have enough monster footage. And so he called John, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his name, Buechler. To come in and, you know, whip up some stuff at, I'm sure, a ridiculously low price. So, but for what we see of them in the close-ups, it's pretty good. The close-ups and everything work all right. It's the far shots when you see the whole thing and you realize there's not a whole lot they can do with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't focus on it long enough to really care. But yeah, and you're enjoying yourself so much with all the trashy stuff going on.
And that's one of the things that was so great about Alien. I remember seeing Alien the first time in the theater and how little we see of the creature until almost at the end.
Yeah.
And to the point where I'm just thinking to myself, well, this is a great movie, but it's another one of those movies where the monster just doesn't look that good and they're smart enough to keep him in the shadows and everything. And then when you finally get a good look at him, it's like, oh no, this monster is awesome.
Yeah, because you do get that, one flash when, you know, when what is it? Dallas gets in the
real very quick.
But and then the tails and everything. I mean, they really did build it up well. But of course, we were already shocked with the face hugger and the chest burster, so it really didn't matter. And then
we were invested by that.
Yeah. And this one attempts to do some of that, but kind of. I mean, it didn't have the shock value.
No,
it was more like, you know, gooey stuff to watch. But
I agree.
Yeah. Let's dig into some of the. Well, we got to do something else first. I almost forgot. Forgot. But unfortunately, Chad is not here. But we are going to do the taglines with Chad. Yeah. Oh, that came short. All right. In playing the part of Chad this week will be Crystal Cleveland.
I look just like Chad. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Okay.
So
thanks. Okay. Okay. Oh, a science fiction horror adventure that'll blow you away. Doesn't make any sense. No one gets blown away.
No, there's very little blowing away in this.
But see, I told you, swashbuckler. See, it totally has that. That's what they were going for.
Mhm.
Okay. A science fiction horror in deep space. That's so boring. These are
Yeah.
disappointing. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay.
Very
Okay.
generic.
Oh, God. Okay. Here we go. The seed is planted. A nightmare grows. Deadly, forbidden, and alive. This is awful. These are some of the
Yeah.
worst we've had. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Part alien, part human, all nightmare. I mean, technically
yeah.
true. Not great, though. None of them are great. They're all disappointing.
But they're like incredibly 80s.
Yeah.
Right? Especially for the video,
Yeah.
especially when you get the video. I mean by video, I mean the VHS.
I don't know why I expected more from them.
None of these really
Like-
go with Forbidden World.
Mm-mm.
No.
And then
Actually, Forbidden World doesn't really go with this movie.
No, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and
It's like, well, now that you mention it, Bill, you're on to something.
In fairness,
Mhm.
it's better than Galaxy of Terror, which takes place on like a rocket ship and maybe a cave. So not even close to a galaxy, not even a
Okay,
solar
that's-
system. So
Agreed. Mhm.
well, this movie was called Mutant overseas, which is more appropriate.
Makes more
I think
sense.
that's way better. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that has been Taglines with Chad.
Chad's our hero, cool and rad. With him reading taglines, they can't be that bad.
Crystal gets to do the taglines and then sing about someone else doing the
Yeah.
taglines.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Mhm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
a snazzy operation we
Yeah.
have. All right. Well, let's get
Sounds
into some.
professional.
It does. It's a woohoo. Poster number 1 is
Okay.
it's not.
I
mean,
love it, but it doesn't
like it.
work. I
I
mean,
wish the
that
monster looked like
creature is not the creature, but I
No.
love the poster.
no.
And it has 2 taglines. It has the science fiction
Mhm.
horror in deep space and part alien, part human, all nightmare.
In context with this poster, the part alien, part human, all
Yeah,
nightmare.
it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and that's generally the way, like when we see them on the poster, I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, it's not so bad. The poster is super good, but
Yeah.
it's not this movie. It doesn't look like a big old ant.
Now, if
No,
somebody
with
wants to
wings.
make a movie with this monster, I'll certainly
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Because
Those
look at this thing.
mandibles
This
look
thing, yeah,
pretty
he's like a
terrifying.
giant ant. He's got wings. And
Mhm.
yeah,
I like
you
that.
sit on a throne
It's
of
like
lies.
Yep, that's a fact. Mhm.
Poster number 2 at least features the
Ooh.
creature.
So this
and-
looks like Dune and
my God.
part Star Wars with the
That's
Ewoks.
what you say.
With a giant butthead monster.
I
And then
know.
Yeah, well, okay, to be honest, the monster reminds me of Brain Damage. I mean, we just need Zacherle's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I'm like this I love the poster. Okay. But it gives you kind of the wrong impression.
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
sure
But
what
I
this
don't
poster was
care.
used for.
I'm not
Mhm.
sure either. I just dug this up in my. This may have been someone from DeviantArt just having fun, but I kind of liked it. So
Mhm. It's pretty.
Yeah.
yeah. But you're right, the Dune thing. And there's this mess.
This is a mutant. This is overseas. This
Wait,
is the
what?
French one.
That is what?
I mean,
Yeah.
they call it mutant
the
and
girl?
then don't do much with the mutant that's on the other ones.
What is the girl? Who is that girl?
I don't
Is
know.
that supposed to be Annie or something? I don't
Maybe.
understand.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It's weird, like because
Oh,
It
there's
just-
a skull. At the
It's more
top
like
of
they
it.
just threw a bunch of stuff on the poster. It's like, look,
Yeah.
there's spaceships, there's a monster. It's called Mutant. It's a science fiction horror movie. That's all you need to know.
Sure, okay,
Probably did
yeah.
fine. Probably did
I mean,
fine.
yeah, doesn't have to make sense. Sense is overrated.
That's
Since
right. Who needs it?
it needs to be trashier. And then we have
Okay, I love this one.
There
It
we
looks
go.
so futuristic and awesome. This is, to me, this is the seller.
Mhm.
It works enough where I'm not angry at the poster for selling me
Right.
a lie, because that is like the creature's face. And yeah.
I mean, this tells you what you need to know. There's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yep. And it's a mutant because it's
Yeah.
technically or a
mutant.
hybrid.
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
either
nice.
way, same thing. Well, kind of. It depends.
Well, in this
Semantics.
perspective, yeah, semantics. Yeah, this is the winner of the bunch.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
for sure.
I do love that, but it's fake. That is a fallacy.
But it's so. I mean, it's. I mean,
I
you want to
love
watch
the
this movie,
poster
though, right?
itself for
Yeah.
sure. Of course I do. Of
I mean,
course
it
I
does
do.
have a creature. It doesn't quite like that, but it does have
I'm
a big
curious who
head.
did the art. I
like
wonder if Chad would know who did the art for this, because
Oh,
it's
course he
very it looks very comic book,
Yeah, it's
graphic
amazing.
novel-esque, and I
Mhm.
feel like I wouldn't be surprised if I knew this artist, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
I like that there's all these cool, the foreground's cool and the shadows at the
Mhm.
top are cool, and then you have the bright warmth in
Fire
behind it. It
beam.
really makes it pop
Got this
color-wise.
interdimensional Balrog about to
Mhm.
grab some woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shout up, Pops. All right, let's go through the cast now. I guess we don't really have much on the director. Do we want to?
No, there wasn't. I didn't. I should have just written it down anyway, but I'm afraid to do anything and get frozen again with the
I
dodging.
will do. So what did he do? He directed 21 Things. And this was his first directorial effort. I am not recognizing anything else.
That's too bad.
He did a thing called Cut with a 3 C's. Cut.
What?
Yeah.
3 C's?
Yeah.
Cut. What
Yeah.
the? What? I'm curious.
No idea what that is. From Walt's Table, a tribute to Disney's 9 Old Men. Interesting that he would do that.
Okay.
The Sounds of Memphis was a TV movie. Old Man River. Yeah. Yeah. Grunt, the wrestling movie. Do you remember that one?
Grunt that I've actually heard of.
Sounds wild.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go and talk about Jesse Vint.
Jesse Vint, who I think his most famous movie, if I'm correct, I might be wrong, I believe he was one of the leads in Macon County Line.
Macon County Line?
Yeah, which is a classic drive-in Southern fried thriller.
Oh my God, he was. He was one of the Dixons, right? Yeah.
And I believe that it may have been his brother who was in that movie with him, and they played brothers who go down south and run afoul of Jethro from the Beverly Hillbillies, who's a sheriff, and they're blamed for a crime they did not commit, and a big police chase, and people get shot, and it's all kind of, one of those movies they can't make anymore. Before the time for drive-in and grindhouse movies, you could do a movie where the first half of the movie is like a buddy pick, and then there's that flip in the middle, and suddenly it becomes a chase movie.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that anymore because people will not. They don't do slow burns. They're probably watching it on Netflix, and they'll flick the channel if they don't get it. You need a car chase in the first 10 minutes if there's going to be a car chase in it.
Oh,
so
yeah, well, better. I didn't know Silent Running or Bug is a surprise.
Is Bug good?
I love that movie, Bug.
Bug. Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's good. But I love that movie.
But is it so good it's bad? Is it good bad? That's.
Well, it's a William Castle film. But I don't think he did not direct.
No, he didn't direct it. No.
But it's I think it's one of the last things he produced.
Yeah, it's got these cockroaches that are intelligent, and also they set you on fire, and they're like, okay, that's crazy premise.
They smell things out on walls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
He played a character called Buck, which is a character name we will hear again here by the end of this.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of which character was Buck in Earthquake.
And then Welcome to Arrow Beach is something I've actually wanted to. I don't think I've ever actually seen it, but I've heard pretty good things about it. And it's got Meg Foster, Jesse Vint, another famous actor in one of his last roles. Can't remember what it was, and it's kind of a, attractive woman on her own runs afoul of a cannibal. So yeah, got that going.
Yeah, I mean, he did do 71 things in his career. Last thing was
That's a lot.
2017. He's still with us. So
Good. I was about to say, I was like, oh, I don't want to ask. I don't know. Maybe,
what's this? Welcome to Arrow Beach. You were saying something about that?
Yeah, that's also known, probably more popularly known under alternate title Tender Flesh.
Okay, that sounds awkward.
That sounds like a different movie altogether.
It does.
Yeah. Or it sounds like a similar movie to this, maybe. I don't know.
What do you tell us? What is it?
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The one with Meg Foster where there's a cannibal.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That's not expected for Tender Flesh, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jane Chadwick. V. I was wondering, I was like, that face is so familiar.
That's where I really remember.
Is it this movie? But no, it's V. That's her in the top left, right?
I did not recognize her at all. Like, I didn't even realize that was the same woman. I loved V. Oh my God.
Yeah, V was a big deal when it came out. Now she was the one who was not happy about being informed that this was going to be a nude scene.
I would imagine.
But she did that whole sex scene.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, at a point, I guess I'm like, well, like,
I kind of wonder,
the sex scene would be worse.
In somewhat, yeah, yes, but at the same time, I can see where you could, justify in your head the sex scene is consistent. It advances the characterization. It establishes some things. I mean, there's a logical reason to be there, but this is so flippin' gratuitous. Like it's
well,
in
it's
your
just weird
face.
that they're just there nude. Yeah, fair enough.
It's in your face how gratuitous it is. There's no justification.
Girl was covered in goo. She had to get a shower.
Yeah.
Perfect time for a shower when you're covered with goo.
Maybe that's how they I think from what I read, they kind of talked her into it with, listen, we've only shot one scene with you, so we can replace you. Which is pretty dirty pool, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's a
I would argue, I think it's the only ethical thing is I have no problem with nudity, and not every actor or actress has a problem with nudity or anything, but I think that should be established before shooting. This is what you are expected, and to then spring that on them.
Yeah.
That's just pure. That's almost stereotypical Hollywood sleaze.
That's almost a Weinstein thing to do.
Yeah, it almost. Yeah.
She was in This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah.
What is the last horror film? Is this good?
I don't know. It's got Carolyn Monroe.
Yep.
I think it's got some of the same people who are in Maniac, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Obviously, it's one of the biggest lies ever put on film. It certainly wasn't the last horror film.
Oh, she even came back for Spinal Tap 2.
Oh, good.
That means she had a good experience, I would assume.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then we have Don Dunlap. Dude, what did you do with the Google eyes?
Well, I didn't want to get us demonetized or anything, so
Oh God. Well, it would.
When you do a search, when you do a search for images from Forbidden World, as long as you have safe search off, this is the picture that pops up. That's what everyone remembers from this movie. Yep. A non-sexual nude scene with two beautiful women.
Yeah, but it's now that now I can't even like look at that now. I had no idea. She just did not seem that young to me, which is, I mean, I don't know. Oh, now I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is creepy as all
now
get
she
out,
didn't she didn't do as much as I would have thought.
Seven credits.
Yeah,
she was in Night Shift, same year, and then she was in a movie called Heartbreaker. I'm not sure I know that 83. And then the 85, she was in Barbarian Queen, and then she stopped.
Which I believe Barbarian Queen is a Corman movie. So,
I'm sure it is. It's not the movie I thought it was. Interesting. All right. Doesn't really say much here about it. The tagline is "No man can possess her. No man
Oh.
can defeat her. The barbarian queen." Yes. But she did herself proud, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing this at 17. It seems insane to me, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some questionable acting, but not so offensively bad. But
Yeah, I mean, it
Like,
didn't
there's one
call
thing-
for any great.
no, it did not. Like, she's crying hysterically one scene, and they say, "Okay, let's go," and she just runs off with him.
Fuck it up, Erica.
But that should be a director thing too. Like
Yeah.
he should have made sure that, well, I don't know if she'd be blah blah blah, you know?
Mhm.
It's like, because they should know the cuts. There could have been something totally in between in there too, for all we know.
Mhm.
It's kind of wild. The whole thing's kind of, I feel very sketchy about this whole process now.
Yeah,
Super sus.
super sus. All right, and then we have Fox Harris, who played
See,
the
look how
scientist.
cool
He
that
was barely in the top left corner of your image there.
Yeah, not a great picture of him, but
In a few films.
so okay. So this movie at the bottom right, Deep Space, is, if I'm correct, I believe Deep Space is the kind of reimagining of Forbidden World.
Okay, he plays.
Not a true
Okay.
sequel, but and Corman started doing that toward the end, kind of, going back and redoing his own things, saving money on buying the rights because they were his.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did a whole bunch of remakes for one of the movie channels.
Well,
Right?
yeah, he did like She Creature and and most of them were not very good. And it's sort of interesting that here now he had access to resources and things that were not available back in the day, but also the budgets may have been bigger than they were from the original, but when you take inflation into account, he was probably actually working with less. I
Mhm.
just they
This was his
didn't
first
really do much for me.
Yeah, this was the actor's first film, so I imagine he did a lot of theater because he certainly
Now we
certainly
got
wasn't.
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. We got the very bizarre Dr. Caligari,
Mm-hmm.
directed by a porn director, but an interesting movie. A lot of style, more style than substance. But and then Repo Man. I love Repo Man.
Yeah.
Big
He
fan.
was also in Sid and Nancy. So.
Oh.
That was directed by the same guy who did Repo Man, Alex Cox. Yeah.
He was in a movie called Evil Spawn.
Oh, he was in Evil Spawn?
Yeah.
It's not good, but it was popular.
Terror Eyes, Alienator.
Okay, none of those are not good movies.
No, but he was in them. He was in them.
But he was in them. Hey, if is he still with us?
Let's take a look. Which one is his name? Let's go to the top again. No, he passed away in 1988.
I had a
Oh,
feeling.
wow.
1988?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he crammed in some
he was
pretty
older
cool-
than I thought,
Yeah.
actually, than here. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of his last films came out in 1990, so they must have been filmed right before his death.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a story about that.
Well, it's too bad he crammed in a lot of stuff in a pretty short career then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about Linden Chiles just a bit, but we don't have an image for it. But he played the square-jawed corporate dude.
Oh, yeah.
And what was he in? He's in a lot of TV shows that you would probably recognize, like Jag and Frasier and a lot of that kind of films or shows rather. A-Team, he was in V as well.
Oh, he was in V too. That's interesting. They were both in V. So,
Yeah, a lot of, TV all over the place. So he was definitely a TV actor.
Well, he looks like he could be the villain of the week for a lot of these shows.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I can almost imagine. I mean, it almost writes itself. Oh, we got a character. He's a military guy, illegal arms dealer. The A-Team's going to take him down. call up Chiles, see if he's busy that
Exactly.
week.
Mhm.
He passed away in 2013 at the age of 80.
Oh, mm.
All right, but then we have this guy, Michael Bowen.
Buck.
It's Buck, and he likes to
Mhm.
do really
Yeah.
weird
Mhm.
but yeah,
Like, we're gonna get in trouble for this one for sure. No,
You wonder, because Quentin
Night of the
Tarantino is a huge movie fan, as
Yeah.
are
Yes.
we, and I'm sure he was. I would bet anything that he was a fan of Forbidden World or had seen it or anything. It's like when he's casting these small but memorable roles, he's so good at snatching these people out of almost obscurity and putting them in there. I wonder what it was that made him look at, because he's young and dumb and gets himself killed, but as Buck in Kill Bill, he is a genuinely horrible person that all of
Mhm.
us are happy to see die, and really kind of sets a lot of the sets the film going in terms of showing that the bride is merciless, but she's merciless to people who really kind of deserve what they got coming
Deserve
to
it. Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
So
he followed this up with Valley Girl.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's
Probably
fun.
Then of course now you got it down there, Night of the Comet, the following year. So, and he's worked ever since. When you get to modern times,
Modern times. Yes.
Instead of back in the day, and you get to the 21st century, he was in Lost, right? What else?
Okay.
So, oh,
That's
he,
What was
what's
it?
that?
No,
You were
no,
saying-
you were about to say something. I thought you were about to say something. No. I forgot what I was going to say already. It's your turn.
Yeah, but he's in Kill Bill, of course, and he was in the Walking Tall remake in 2004.
Hmm.
He's in an episode of Bones. Of course, he's 8 episodes. He played Danny Pickett in Lost. You have Dead Girl and Autopsy. He was in. Dead Girl's a good movie.
It is
Isn't
a
it?
good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend.
Yep, he was in the remake of Last House on the Left.
Oh, oof.
Oh,
Yeah.
he looks like
Good movie,
he
though.
looks like he
But
could
rough.
be a Last House
Yeah,
on the Left.
Mm-hmm.
he played a principal in Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever.
Mm.
I feel like he was in another show here recently too. He was in some episodes of Breaking Bad as Uncle Jack.
Oh, nice.
Played Matches Malone in Gotham.
Uncle Jack. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those actors who I think actually has grown. In Forbidden World, just your basic generic young-looking guy. I think that the face we see now, the picture there, that
Mhm.
shows a lot more character, a lot more potential, a lot,
Yeah.
something you can work with.
Yep. A very good character actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Good for him.
All right. Well, you've got a card here for the Jim Cameron connection. So
Here's Jim Cameron, young Jim Cameron, just head full of dreams, grabbing at the opportunity to work with Roger Corman and do set design and effects and things. And he, this was for a Galaxy of Terror. Corman was hella impressed with what he did. And probably one of the most famous bits is we see at the bottom, they reuse these sets for Forbidden World. And this is the famous McDonald's or Burger King Happy Meal, or what the cardboard things that they gave you.
those are Big Macs, aren't they?
Yeah, and they just put it, glued them to the wall and spray painted them or did whatever to get that, and it didn't cost very much, which I'm sure made Roger happy. And
Oh my God.
from
Oh
who
my
would have thought,
God.
if you'd gone to any of the people working on this movie and it's like, see that guy over there
I thought-
stapling Happy Meal covers to the wall, to the
Mm.
plywood, he's going to be king of the world one day. He's going to make movies that make billions.
Every
You're
film.
like, yeah, sit down.
It started off with what did he do? What did he do shortly after this? Was Piranha 2?
Piranha 2.
The Spawn. We got to do that.
Piranha 2 got fired off of that. I mean,
What? How? Why? What did you do?
Listen, I think James Cameron's mom would probably tell you he can be a difficult guy who doesn't suffer fools lightly. One imagines that on Piranha 2, The Spawning, the opportunity to suffer fools came fast and furious. So, yeah.
I didn't know he got fired from it.
That's what I've heard.
Hilarious.
Finished by someone else. And
yeah,
I mean, I don't think he was hard to
stop him.
Do you think he ever put Piranha 2 on his resume?
Maybe. I mean, I think it's a good
World
movie.
on before.
Or the Galaxy Terror, yeah. That's fine. And of course, now we have the monster, of course. And there's a better shot of it at the top with the red light, which is a little bit more accurate than the illustration that was on that poster in the middle. And then I really like the look of it when they see it on the planet, because it gets out, escapes, and then it jumps in a hole and goes back in, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they were on a forbidden world. It just feels like a spaceship, not a forbidden.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they were. Yeah, they were on that like desert-like planet.
Right.
I mean,
it obviously wasn't forbidden because there they were. But okay.
But look at that. That's a creepy looking thing. It doesn't move. It sits there, and I think the feet go.
There's the problem. It kind of reminds me of Rick Baker's work in It's Alive. It's an absolutely brilliant design. The problem was there was no money to actually make it move. So you had this great doll monster baby, but all they could really do with it is wave it around and have it kind of going by the camera or something.
Yeah, snarl up close. Yeah.
Yeah, if I wish that they'd spent a little bit money to take this and turn it into some animated or whatever, but there just wasn't anything for that.
Yeah.
So they did what they did here. You fast edits, don't show a whole lot, move the camera around a lot. If the monster can't move, the camera can move.
Yeah. And then it pulls one guy in, but all you see is a flash as it drops down.
And then do some fast editing that sends every epileptic in the theater into a fix.
Yeah. Horrible.
I don't know. I love that mouth though. I mean, it's just anything
menacing.
A lot of teeth is good. I mean,
and he looks genuinely
dinosaur movies. You want to see a lot of teeth, right?
Yeah.
It does look scary. Pretty scary. I like it. I mean, I know it looks like a big trash bag, but I don't hate it.
Trash bag with teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. Like, I don't hate that. Like, I'm pretty easy, like, I don't really care. Kind of dig it. I mean, I think it's clever, and I do think it's kind of spooky. I don't want to be alone in a room with it. That's what I'm saying,
All right. Well, we've made it through our images and stuff. So that's any last things that we want to say about this? Trashy.
Oh, I think we've said a lot about this one.
It's easy to watch. It's streaming on a number of things, Prime and Tubi.
I saw it on Tubi. I mean, look, if you liked Humanoids from the Deep,
I love that movie.
You'll be fine with this.
Of course. And that was the first. That was the first movie we ever did?
I think it was. I think that was the first one we did together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or at the very least, it's the first one where I really got a good vibe of how the team was going to operate. I still listen to that one occasionally. It's very funny. We were having a great time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't have to listen to it again. I haven't. How many years ago was that? Jeez.
Crystal came up with some one-liners that will crack me up till the day I die.
Oh man. All right. Well, we want to hear from you. So check this movie out, or if you've watched it, or if you have fond memories of watching it on the movie channels back in the day, because that's where I didn't see this in the theater. I saw it on the movie channels, and I've probably watched it a dozen times because that's what you do. You stayed up late, even on a school night when the parents weren't like, "Hey, you watch trash." Saw some of the greatest things ever.
Mm-hmm.
So you can reach out to us at feedback at gruesomemagazine.com. You can leave it here on YouTube. You can go over to gruesomemagazine.com and leave some stuff there. You can go to our Facebook page and leave some there, or you can find Instagram and do that as well. Any way you wish, we'd love to hear from you. And speaking of that, we are moving into feedback. Are you guys ready for this?
Sure. Yeah.
Up first, let's see. Who wants? So we got a novel in the second thing, right? All right, so we'll go straight into Spookies, which we have something that's really cool. And since this is a, I think I have this name, Al Magliachetti.
Okay.
Is credited with special effects photography on Spookies. He is the VFX, visual effects supervisor on Brain Damage, Basket Case 2, Prom Night 3, and Frankenhooker. He worked on visual effects for some pretty big films as well, like Terminator 2, Dark Halves, Star Trek 6, wow, Basic Instinct, Sky Captain, and The World Tomorrow, etc. And since he's a special effects, Bill, will you take this one?
So wait, it's probably Magliachetti.
I like that. I like that. Okay. I'm sure he'll correct me.
Yeah. It sounds great coming from Crystal.
Well, it's like a
Al, I can get Al.
Beautiful Italian name.
And also, Al, that's a hell of a resume there. Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow is an amazing picture, but all of these are definite feathers in one's cap here. So Al says, "Hi gang, I realize this is 2 years after the fact, but I wanted to thank you for a great analysis video of the 1980s Schlockfest Spookies. I only just stumbled across your review recently, so please forgive the delay in commenting. I worked on that film and was on set every day, so I found your remarks very interesting. It's unfortunate that the only real behind-the-scenes stories come from the somewhat whitewashed documentary put together by for the Blu-ray by less than talented filmmakers, the main issue being that they focused primarily on the producer and director who were, in fact, a primary source of the film's difficulties, and obviously they're not going to place any of the blame on themselves for the record. The makers of the documentary were basically told not to interview anyone who might tell the full story of that extremely difficult shoot, primarily because the Spookies filmmakers themselves knew how badly they screwed up. Get ready, folks. We're sipping some tea here. The bottom line was that they wrote a film that could not in any possible way be produced for the mere $250,000 they were budgeted. And yes, I realize your video quoted $500,000 as a ballpark figure for what we had to work with, but it was literally half that amount. One of the biggest issues was that they wrote in a sizable number of very expensive animation and optical effects shots, which they could not even remotely afford to shoot. But being too lazy to research the cost of such glitzy items, they had no idea how deep the hole those ideas put them. And unfortunately, they were focal points of the entire story. I could go on for pages with the various troubles the production went through, and not having anything to do with Michael Lee, executive producer, Miggles Corporation, who's become the scapegoat for all the film's problems. But I'll try to keep this rant to a minimum, as it's merely intended as an introduction and to pass along the attached materials. In point of fact, Twisted Souls was a finished film other than the expensive animation and optical effects, which were in the process of being shot when the plug was pulled, evidence of which is included in the attached photo of the light beam, which was to emanate from the top window of the house just before the entire building exploded into an energy blast and vanished. Yes, on a $215,000 total budget. I'm also attaching the script so you can have an idea of what they expected to pull off and what the final film was supposed to be prior to it all falling apart in post-production. Not a great story by any means, but at least it's a bit more coherent than the final result. Hope you enjoy the read. I'm looking forward to this. Again, thanks for a great video, and if you have any questions on the production of that mess, feel free to hit me back. This is from Al Magliachetti, visual effects supervisor and god-awful actor, Spookies. This is Al saying this. P.S. Regarding the question that came up during your review regarding the pleather spacesuit that one of the characters was wearing, that edict came from the actor's manager, who forced that goofy wardrobe on the production. Somehow he believed that that psychotic costume was going to be the next fashion trend, and he wanted his client representing it when it hit. Clearly, hindsight is 20/20. Boy, thank you so much
It's
for sending that in. This
funny.
is fascinating.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
indeed.
Wow.
Got
Wow.
half
Thank you,
of the
sir.
bud. That's wild. That
I wonder
that's
how
too
it
bad.
got ballooned up to 5 in the online. So, guess I don't know, but yeah, thank you, sir, very much, and for the picture as well.
Yes.
All right, next up we have Wes Diorio as comments for Predator. Crystal, if you would.
Predator. Hey, Grue-Crew. Another fun and entertaining review for one of the best, not just horror, not just action, but one of the best 80s movies ever. This is top tier Arnold at his best. He sure is, for sure. But the entire cast is memorable and talented. Just to mention, one, Carl Weathers had a hysterical bit part on the TV series Arrested Development. I didn't know that. I haven't seen that. Portraying an actor who taught other actors how to be frugal. Why is that funny? It sounds so weird. So, he was genuinely funny, not a muscle-bound action star. He was just as good as the comedic actors and fit well with the ensemble. I first saw this a couple of years after it came out on VHS. I was in junior high, and my friends and I loved it so much. We used a clip of the film in a high school project or in a school project. Sorry, it was in junior high. We were using a camcorder to make a movie for history class. Wow, what a fun school, and needed to have a big explosion, so we borrowed the I don't know why that's so funny
That's
to me.
awesome.
Okay. I know, yeah. This is an iconic creature design, and I think the whole concept and backstory of his hunting code of ethics is really unique. Agreed. Although the soldiers get picked off one by one in interesting ways, it's not a run-of-the-mill slasher film. To portray the threat of this creature, all they had to do was show the alien skull in his spaceship, and we knew exactly what we were dealing with. Much better than some character over explaining the exposition. Totally. I hate vomiting exposition. The creature design was so good, and the actor who portrayed the predator was incredible. Unlike some other films, I never once stopped to think that there's a guy in a rubber suit. Totally. And I was just watching Primate, and that movie was good. But I was like, as soon as it jumped down, I was like, God, that's a person in a suit.
It
I
was
hate that.
active, yeah.
It totally takes you out of the scene now. Okay. The movie affected me so much, at least once a week. I like to tease my dog by saying in the predator voice, okay, Chad, now say it with me. What the hell are you? His dog's name is Chad?
Oh,
Oh,
no, he's talking to
okay.
Chad. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I think my brain just exploded a little bit. I was very confused. Chad is his dog's name, and that's even funnier.
Well,
Great.
is it, or is he? Is he?
Yeah,
I
his
guess it
dog's
is,
name
yeah.
is Chad. That's what Jeff
Okay.
just said. Okay, Chad, now say it with me. What the hell are you?
Gotcha.
Okay, that's funny. Sorry. Yeah,
I thought it was saying he was wanted Chad, who
me
he thought would be
too.
actually reading this to say
That-
it with him.
Oh,
Exactly.
Jeff is Jeff's
Yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Yeah, Jeff is confusing me too. He does that a lot. We got you, Jeff.
If John McTiernan had only done this movie or Die Hard, he'd still be considered a top level action director. But to have done both, wow. Who does it better, George Miller or John McTiernan? I can't decide. Ooh.
George Miller, but
George Miller.
but
Mm.
I gotta say John McTiernan, that Hans
He might
Gruber
be
is
more
one of-
entertaining though.
Hans Gruber
Yeah,
is
like
the greatest modern,
I-
the guy who changed what villains were.
Yes.
You know,
yeah. I
that
mean,
does the template.
yeah, and everyone remembers that character.
Mhm.
Everyone
Hans
remembers
Gruber?
that
Oh,
character.
absolutely.
Yeah. So like, I mean, that's something. It's a major accomplishment.
I mean, you
you
got
know, so
with both those movies, they've been endlessly ripped off.
mhm.
Equalized. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so, I'm sorry he's still not making Hollywood movies now, but he's got nothing to be ashamed of because just those two, yeah, that's yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Wes.
Thanks,
you
Wes.
very
That was
much.
awesome. Mhm.
Thank you, Wes, and thank you, Al.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much, Al.
Yes.
We'd love to hear more. If you have more to say about other films, we'd love to
Yeah.
hear.
Oh
Jeff
yeah, for
will
sure.
probably be reaching out for an interview, I'm sure.
Boy, someone like that. I almost wish we could have gotten him on. We didn't know you existed, but got him on there to just talk about the movie while we were talking about, because we're just like, what the hell is going on?
We didn't know you existed.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be a little bit of a misnomer, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. We're good at life.
All right. We do this every 2 weeks. And the next episode, we have one that was picked by Crystal. It's streaming on Tubi and Prime. Will you share what you have picked for us?
We're gonna do The Prowler from 1981. Yay!
Slasher film.
And there was much rejoicing.
Rejoicing. Yeah.
Now, is the Prowler a Tom Savini movie?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I haven't seen it since it was in the 80s when it played on.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm kind of surprised we haven't done it though. It's interesting. It's kind of one of those films like I remember, but I don't think about. So, and then I was just actually going through Prime. Prime has a lot of 80s horror movies on it.
Yep.
I didn't realize how many.
Hidden. They hide.
Yeah.
You have to dig.
I was like, we haven't done this. We haven't done this. I mean, yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of pretty good ones, y'all. Just saying. So Tubi's killing it, but I mean, Prime's killing it too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised how Tubi actually has some gems hidden.
Yeah, it does. Had some good ones for sure.
Yeah. And it's got some original content coming out too.
Yep. Which is
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of these days we'll be talking about Tubi and it will be actually prominent, not hidden in the streaming things. I think a lot of people know about Tubi now because it's free.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely Tubi. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I think. All right. Well, that's the end of our show. Crystal, Bill, thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun. Chad, hope you are doing well and come back. Episode. Safe travels and all that. Yeah, perfect. Let's say good night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Gruesome Magazine.